this past.
Hello, yes, Cluu Channel.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen out there in YouTube land. I am Deleted Scenes, human being, American, and YouTube Ronin. I'd like to welcome you to Live from Sparkwood in 21, a Twin Peaks retrospective series celebrating the cult classic television series created by David Lynch and Mark Frost. Along on this odyssey, superfans aged boomer.
This is the water, and this is the well.
Okay, there'll be enough of that. Netters Network.
I can give you more. Okay.
And last call, Troy Pacelli.
Hello. How's it going?
I would like to say hello to everyone joining us in the chat. FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. The tired midnight blogger himself. Channel member Curtis Selby. Emoji Queen Lady Mist. Loyal Blue Wrench, channel member, the Bird Woman of YouTube. Watch out for her second channel, Fluff Chick Productions, Connie Cleary. My partner in crime, the toxic gunslinger himself, Outlaw Bill. Friend of the channel and channel member, JPRPH1. Host of Films with Friends, a show on which I will be appearing this Friday night at 8 p.m. The creator of the 10-word review, Big Al Presents. All right. Scrolling down because I don't want to miss anyone. Geek Flag with Nate Knows, 1973. Good to see you, Nate. And of course, I would like to say hello to everyone joining us tonight on Twitter. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. And of course, condolences go out this week to the family and friends of our fallen brother warrior, Bird of Prey 5.
Yep.
Rest in peace. This episode is dedicated to you.
Yep.
All right. So, last week we had the infamous part 8 entitled "God of Light," and
I think it was entitled
trippy.
Yes, it was a little
Trippy.
trippy.
Indeed. And first and foremost, I want to thank everyone who watched that video, who shared it out. It is, as of right now, the most watched episode of this program.
Nice.
The most liked video ever on my channel.
Wow.
And now the second most viewed video on my channel. So everybody, thank you all very much. We picked up some new fans from around the world. I hope everybody who is new, I hope that you enjoy the show. You're why we continue to do it. And we got a long way to go because we still have plenty of episodes left and plenty of Twin Peaks related material to go through. So, all right, on with it without further ado. All right, episode 8, everything I was told it was. No. And
you can't say you weren't warned, right?
no, I cannot say I was not warned. I did like the episode. It was really cool seeing Zolo from Cobra Kai show up in that episode. I didn't know he was going to be in it. So
I didn't either, and I watched it, but then
and I'm
I
like,
didn't know who he was when I first saw it.
I know that kid from. I
Yeah.
knew I recognized him. I could not place him. But yeah, so it was cool seeing him in the episode. Even though it's not revealed, to the letter in the episode, but we are to believe that the young girl is Sarah, right? Sarah Palmer.
I just dropped the link for everybody's Cosme in their chat. If you want to pin it to the top of their streams.
Oh, yeah. That's a good idea.
All right. Yes, the Cosme link is at the top of the chat. Go ahead, Boomer. Sorry.
I was just going to say, I didn't like the guy who was asking for a light.
Yeah,
I don't think you were supposed to.
He was something off about him.
Oh, there's something off about everyone on this show, but yes, you're right.
Is there anyone grounded on this show? I think the 119 lady's all right. Just, I imagine her. She's at she's ringing me up at the grocery store.
LB 119.
Yeah, she'll just keep saying that over and over again, and it says, but the screen says.
But I got a coupon.
119.
And that costs $1.19.
Right.
The manager comes over.
You're slacking off because you didn't have your Cosme link pinned.
Yeah, I know.
The manager then comes over and stares at me and says, "We got a problem here, sir." And it's like, I'm just...
Don't be mistaken. This one is still going to be a weird one. It's just a little bit more back to form. Also, very great conversation. Well, I don't know if, one person answering another constitutes a conversation, but we didn't have enough time for it to become more. JPRPH1 reached out to me on Discord and asked a question about this upcoming episode. And I thought I put together a pretty good answer. I'll share it with you guys later. Don't want to spoil it now, obviously, because you haven't seen the episode and you kind of need the context before I can start, describing it, Well, it's interesting that you bring that up, Tim, because I do believe that what's his name? Jerry is still in the woods. We'll get back to him, by the way. And when he called his brother talking about how high he was, pretty sure it was a very, very potent form of the wacky weed. So I'm wondering if that's an indicator. Could be.
Hey. Wacky tobacco.
The wacky tobacco, right?
Of course, now I'm starting to think of wacky, wavy,
We-
inflatable arms guy.
Well, there you go.
All right. I'm just going to put this out there.
Mhm.
Jerry's going to wind up out in the woods with Jacoby, isn't he? And he's not going to come back.
No. He's Jacoby's not the one to worry about this season.
No. I don't mean that he's going to kill Jerry. I mean, he's just going to go out there and they're just going to like hang out and smoke weed and.
Oh, that's a good point.
and
Hadn't
whatever,
thought about that.
you know?
That's a yeah. Good point. They're both they both enjoy the smoking habit. Yes.
I love Geek Flag. He says the devil's lettuce.
Yeah. Indeed. Bob Marley wishes he had that. Well, I'm sure he would have. Yeah. Off topic. Has anybody seen that movie about him from earlier this year?
No, I have access to a copy
No,
though, but I've
no.
never seen it yet.
Oh,
They did that. I think they did. I think they've done a few music biopics this year.
well, there was the Amy Winehouse one
Yeah, there's that
that
one.
kind of came and went. Yeah.
And again, I think Tim is trying to get ahead of us. Maybe not literally squealing like a pig, but figuratively. We'll get there.
Oh boy. I'm afraid to ask.
Oh, no. This isn't.
I'm sorry.
Not quite that on the nose.
That was a messed up movie, Deliverance.
Yeah.
What you could get away with a PG movie back in the day.
Well, we just
I'm making a joke.
Yeah.
I'm making a joke.
We just looked at 2 PG movies yesterday, and it was like, whoa, what you can get away with. I'd forgotten that Annie Potts had some showed how cold she was. Let's say.
Okay. She was in Ghostbusters.
Nate does bring something up here that I would like to address because this happened during a show of mine the other night. Does anybody else notice lately that when you watch videos on YouTube, you can't skip any commercials? I personally have not had that issue, but I do know that people have. I'm aware of that. I'm also aware of the pop-up ads. If that happens tonight, it shouldn't. But if it happens tonight, just kind of bear with us, and hopefully the ads won't be too awfully long that you'll miss too much of the show.
Well, what you can do is
it's something that can be adjusted. So
yeah, since we're watching live and Cosme is streaming live, there's nothing you can really do about that.
Yeah,
that's a problem. That is a problem. Yeah, I would just encourage people, especially for stuff like support the YouTubers however you can, but for live stuff like this, I wouldn't blame you guys for using an ad blocker. Not at all. There are other ways you can support the content creators.
So,
anyway,
and I am pretty much new to this whole monetization thing. I'm still finding out about new things and looking at all the bells and whistles, and I've got people working with me in the background. So I am learning this.
Yep.
The thing you have to understand with me is that I never expected to get monetized, let alone get monetized as fast as I did. My goal was to be to 500 subscribers by now.
Yeah.
Not be looking at, 2,600 and being monetized.
Right.
It was all completely unexpected when it happened, and it just kind of blew up real quick. You have a video go viral, and you never know when that's going to happen. And some things, I've got videos on my channel that have 2 views on them. So you never know what's going to work. And one of the things that comes with your channel being monetized is cool stuff like memberships and super chats and super stickers and all that. And then there's the other side of it, which are the ads, which are helpful, but can also sometimes be intrusive.
Yeah, I'm looking for sponsors.
And
I'm waiting for HelloFresh, who seems to sponsor everybody, approach Troy and go, "Hey, you want to do this?"
I hear you get free breakfast for life.
Oh, you mean the like HelloFresh and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I have just been contacted by Raid Shadow Legends. No. Anyway.
Raid Shadow Legends.
You flew up quick. That's what she said. Okay. And well, that's just it. YouTube is changing the way ads are placed in videos. They're doing this to combat ad blockers because that's how they make their money. Well, yeah, also true. And I am going to have like a love it, hate it, relationship with the ads. I know that, but that's just part of it. And hello to a new name, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Hi all, new here, and I love Twin Peaks.
Awesome,
well, awesome.
Right
place.
We will absolutely be getting started in just a few minutes. I did want to
haven't missed anything.
I did want to say something though to what Nate was saying. Nate, keep in mind, YouTube. That's not the only way they make money. In fact, it's not even a big part of how they make their money. They're making money by putting ads on content that the creators can't even monetize. Channels that they have demonetized, channels that haven't jumped through all the hoops and gotten enough subscribers and had enough watch hours and maybe have said some naughty words they didn't like or talked about a topic that YouTube isn't too keen on. All those videos are still out there making money for YouTube while the creator makes nothing. So let's not cry too much for YouTube, okay? There's also a reason that there are antitrust cases coming up and working their way up to the Supreme Court, calling out YouTube. But that's not what we came here to talk about tonight.
No, absolutely not. All right,
so,
I do.
Go ahead.
Sorry, no. All right. I do want to remind everyone the Cosme link is at the top of the chat. You can follow along that way. You can follow along with your own physical copy, as I will be doing.
Yep.
And for those of you who are not watching live, you can, of course, find the show on YouTube. You do have to pay for it, though. And it's also on Paramount Plus, which, of course, you will have to subscribe to if you choose to do so.
I'm just going to say, I really encourage you to get the physical media, get
the
Blu-rays, because honestly, then you have it. You never have to worry about who's streaming it, how can I watch it, all of that kind of stuff. But if you're here
media,
yes.
But if you're here live tonight, you can watch along. You can watch along on Cosme with us.
Right. But if you do have your own personal copy, this episode that we're watching tonight, episode 9. This is the chair, is on disc number 4.
There you go.
So there you go. All right. Like we said, last week, episode part 8 got a light. It was every bit the insanity that I was told that it was, but it's probably honestly, I think it's one of the best episodes of the show.
Yeah.
Period. Very well done. Very trippy. Very creepy. Didn't scare me, but very creepy. And definitely went into Del Toro territory with the moth frog thing.
I don't like it.
I know you don't.
I don't like it. I don't. Freaked me out, man.
I got you, man. I got you. Well, maybe this one will be a little. There's still some freaky stuff in it, but not quite like last week.
All right. So, Dougie fans, I understand we're going to be getting. Dougie is back. We are getting Dougied tonight. So,
Dougie's getting Dougied tonight.
Oh,
I think
nice.
I think it's tonight's episode.
Okay. All right. Well, then, unless anybody has anything else they want to discuss before we start the episode, I say let's get to it.
Absolutely.
All right. If you will all head on over to Cosme and join us there. I do have to hit join room. Hopefully, I have not been disconnected. Let's see. Connecting, joining, and I appear to be there. Okay.
Awesome.
Hello to everybody in Cosme.
I swear, every time you say "let's get to it," I want to see a clip of the cowboy saying, "Oh, here's a guy that just wants to get to it." Ever from Mulholland Drive.
And Charlotte, just to be clear, you're invited too. That link is pinned to the top there. Just go ahead and right click on it. You're going to have to, set yourself up with an ID to come into the room, it doesn't have to be Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. It could be whatever you want,
and it's free.
And it's free. It doesn't cost anything. Right. Just so you can watch the episode along with us. Unless, as I know some people are, the episode so well, you could just imagine it in your head. We've had people who are on the road saying, "You know what? I know this episode. That's okay. Just talk. I'll listen."
Okay, I just caught something funny in my chat on my stream. JPRPH1 was saying hello to people.
Mm-hmm.
Then right after it, John P was saying, "Hey, doppelganger, JPRPH1."
Oh my gosh, that's funny. That is so funny.
It's so perfect for the show.
It absolutely is. Absolutely. All right.
Yeah. All right. In 5, 4, 3, 2.
I knew he was going to do that. I knew it. It's just I could tell by the way he's counting. I said he's going to pull it.
Please, of course, subscribe to the channel of our new friend in the chat tonight, Charlotte Nightstar the Werewolf. Appears to be some Twin Peaks related content there, among some other things. So check out her channel.
There you go. Just dropped her channel so that you can connect up with her.
I'm guessing you dropped it on your stream.
Oh darn it! Yes, you're right. I should have done all. So it's on everybody's stream. There we go. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm still getting used to the, being a sidekick on someone else's StreamYard here.
All right.
Ooh, she's got a video here, sleep relaxation ambiance.
Yeah,
okay, I gotta check that one out.
Yeah, I love those.
Check them all out either.
All right. All right, for reals this time, folks.
Yep.
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, hit it.
There we go.
Flappy tried making some money off the Hollywood Walk of Fame for a bit to get his picture taken. Nobody knew who he was. They just said, "Get out of here, bird."
And then they flipped him the bird, right?
Yeah, he was not happy.
Is the word.
I think he started picking at the guy who was dressed as Superman. He was just mad.
He had a nasty temper. He really did.
Well,
At
he
least from
did.
what I've heard.
Well,
I never actually met him myself.
It didn't help when he started getting into the bourbon later in life.
Yeah,
That's
that's
it was
true.
not good.
Bird.
Bourbon. Yeah, exactly.
Look at that mist.
It is beautiful.
I bet the air is so fresh out there.
Oh, you've never been? No,
No.
Snoqualmie in North Bend is just,
It's beautiful.
it's beautiful.
In fact, if you are wanting to get to anywhere for Twin Peaks, well, like between Twin Peaks Fest, but anywhere of the sites that you want to go to, if you stay in North Bend, everything is like 10 minutes away. And the falls are gorgeous. I've been down to the bottom like 2 or 3 times. Absolutely gorgeous.
Do you like this intro more than the old intro?
I wouldn't say more than, but I do like it. Okay, Doppelcooper. Here we go.
Okay.
He just won't die. He's
You can have a war-
basically a zombie at this point, isn't he?
Right.
He's going to stop by a farm, and the farmer's going to say, I'll give you a nice warm bed and a meal. Just stay away from my daughter. That sort of thing.
Right. Exactly.
They did that on Seinfeld with Newman. They did the whole farmer's daughter joke thing.
I've seen, what's his name, looking out the window. It's like, he sees apple killing Dougie on the ground, like in the movie last night where they're in the plane and he sees a white Thunderbird out the plane window.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Try to keep it down. Yeah, no, that doesn't.
If only he knew how to text, right?
Right.
Uh-oh. Oh, gee. Damn, Gordon. Turn up your hearing aid, man.
I'm imagining him doing this in the middle of the Library of Congress. Right?
Yeah. Meanwhile, on The Walking Dead.
Yep.
It'd be funny if he's also wearing black jeans.
Aha! Tim Roth. Nice.
Yep.
I'm going to take that sleeping means something else.
He's back in Starkweather mode, isn't he?
English actors do Southern accents very well. I've noticed this.
Meanwhile, in a Tarantino movie not far away.
Right. Exactly.
Sad thing is, I imagine there really are outfits like that in this country, certain places.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh,
Jeez.
I went for Albert to open his eyes and go, Blue Rose?
All right.
Is Albert sleeping or just pretending to be asleep so he doesn't have to talk to anybody?
Pretending, probably.
He just blinked, yeah.
Yeah.
Although he's probably used to sleeping when Gordon is, you know.
Oh, what's funny is I was watching an episode of Rosoli and Isles yesterday, and they're examining a dead body because it's supposed to be a Boston Strangler, like kind of thing where what the Boston Strangler was 40 years ago. It couldn't possibly be, the same guy and all this. Well, when one of them was going, look, there's something on this noose around this person's neck. The dead person opened her eyes for a second, blinked, and closed her eyes again. And at first, I thought she was saying, look, because she thought she was alive, until I realized, oh, that was completely in error. The person wasn't supposed to have opened their eyes at all.
That's fun.
You ain't gonna like this, Gordon.
Exactly. That was a great line. That was a great line.
Yeah, they're sleeping.
I don't think they're really sleeping per se, unless you mean with the fishes.
Stacy Hamilton, you went off the rails.
Oh, he's got such a cute little pink phone. All blinged out too.
Oh, that's the old school. I don't like texting on those things. Oh.
He is just on the verge of a heart attack through this whole show, isn't he?
Yes.
I want to know where he got that suit jacket. I want that.
It's nice, actually. Yeah.
Well, he needs it for what, Otis?
No, Luthor.
Luthor. Oh,
Lex Luthor. That's basically the suit jacket he wore.
He could have played an Otis.
Oh yeah.
I am now convinced that this entire series was set up just to kill Patrick Fischler on screen. Yeah, come in here. I'm about to have a heart attack. Get the defibrillator, damn it.
Charlotte says, is it creepy? I thought Mr. C was hot. And I'm looking for that kind of leather jacket. Yeah, it is a nice jacket. That is true. I can see that. I mean, he still scares the crap out of me. All right.
He is so specific, just like the real Agent Cooper,
Yes.
right?
It's very much that whole, he is the evil version of Dale.
Hey, okay. This is the life. I'm joining Evil Cooper. This Fast Times at Ridgemont High sequel is weird.
Right, exactly.
That's Jennifer Jason Leigh, right?
It is, right.
Yeah.
And make sure you take Ice up to room 613.
I would need a ladder to get into that vehicle.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, no, John, this is not a doppelganger. This is a doppelganger, and they are different. And after the series, in some of the commentaries, I'll talk about that. I'll break down the difference between a tulpa and a doppelganger. The tulpa Pantariero. Yeah, I guess from a certain point of view, that would be appropriate, John.
They look similar.
Somebody leave. You're just noticing now?
Yeah, start putting some things together. Hello.
Oh, did you just win a jackpot?
Yeah, right. I just won a jackpot. Hello.
Dang, that middle guy is really tall, and his tie is the longest tie I've ever seen.
It is. It is. Well, he probably is also tied it that way as well.
But wow.
Where is Hopper? Somebody get Hopper.
I tell you though, someone did a little YouTube video where it's just him saying hello and all the money coming out over and over again, and then it ends with him saying Mr. Jackpots.
Mr. Jackpots. There, did you see Charlotte's comment to you?
It'd be funny if that's the same casino that William H. Macy's the cooler character worked at that Dougie went to.
Oh, interesting.
Like these were the new management after he left. Right. And now people keep winning because he's not there. Is there anything on anybody prior to 1997, though, for being honest? I'm kidding.
And so look at what's happening here. They see him as a threat, so they want to find anything they can on him. I don't know, Tim, what? They're compensating for something?
Actually, witness protection would be a good explanation, right?
Yes, it would. Yeah.
There's nothing before 1997 on him.
It'd be, it's funny. Gordon could probably pull some strings to make that the story, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't even know about
I know. You get a ticket?
They're easily amused.
Well, you get the impression that there's some stories here that we're not privy to. But I've worked in the insurance industry, and people do talk like this. Cases that they've had. My attorney does the same thing, talking about some of the cases he's worked on or that his wife has worked on.
Oh God, no!
Someone has been smoking some of the evidence, I see. Tim said.
Yeah.
I thought he was going to take the coffee. He loves his coffee.
Just remembering.
By taking the cup.
Oh, they're going to run his prints. Oh, I wonder if
This
his
is gonna
prints are
get
going to.
sticky.
Come back as Agent Cooper's.
Yeah. Yep.
So that's why he's called the Spike. Is
Well,
he
it could be
after
that. I think it has more to do with his, habit for going stabby, stabby, stabby.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh,
Don't,
the little guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
little guy. Mhm. You're thinking, why did they call Two Gun in Unforgiven?
Oh, okay.
Was that like what's that one mobster? Was it Jimmy Two Times?
Jimmy 2 times because he said everything
Yeah.
2 times. I'm
Get
gonna go
the papers. Get papers.
What's going on in Dougie's mind?
That's a good question.
Well, here's the question. He's drinking coffee. He likes coffee. People know he likes coffee, so they keep giving him coffee. Is he waking up?
Oh, maybe.
American flag. That's significant, right?
Yeah,
He's-
it's a touchstone for him too.
Because he was an agent. So, yeah, things like that are
Yep.
familiar and comfortable to him.
And he was always kind of a patriotic kid growing up anyway for the books,
You have to remember that Dale Cooper is kind of
He's
an
a Boy Scout.
ideal. He's an ideal, right? He was a Boy Scout, an Eagle Scout. He is the FBI agent that existed really only in fiction.
Oh, hello. Hey.
Red shoes.
Yep. And an electric outlet.
Electricity.
Yeah, his eyes do look bloodshot. You're right.
I wonder if that's because like okay, we want you to just kind of stare.
Yeah,
Try
don't
not
blink.
to blink. Yeah.
Don't blink.
And so his
Blink and
eyes are
you're dead.
Yeah. So maybe he's a little irritated.
Maybe. Yes, his My Life, My Tapes. We did a listen along with that, and we commented on that a while back, between seasons of Twin Peaks. Oh no, you're talking about the book, not the audio
book.
tapes. Yeah. Right.
Which, if you will all bear with me for just a moment, I believe, because I keep a shelf here in the room that I've pretty much dedicated to Twin Peaks.
There you go.
And here we go.
Yeah, Charlotte. Between
have
Curtis and Nate and Tim. Yes, that's the book. Yes.
Isn't there a chunk missing off of one of his hands?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Cooper messed him up, man.
Yeah, those guys are Johnny on the spot with their gifts. It's a lot of fun here.
Yeah, but here's the question.
Mm.
Can they take this guy?
You saying can they take him alive?
No, I'm saying how many are they willing to lose?
As a matter of fact, we have your whole palm. Oh.
Oh, you're easy. All right, I'm kind of disappointed. All right, never mind.
Well, if his stabby hand is his right hand,
Yeah.
he's no good now.
You don't bring a knife to a gunfight. And it's not like he had anywhere that he could,
Actually,
duck for
he
cover.
had a gun and that he was going to shoot Dougie.
No, right then he
Oh,
didn't have a gun.
Ooh, that's a nice
Right.
piece of furniture there. Only $179.99. Look at that.
Yeah. That'd be well over $600 now.
Yep.
And once again, every time we come back to Twin Peaks, I feel more comfortable.
Right?
It's like we're home.
It's like what she has on Invasion. Somehow he's able to change it to red on her screen because it should be two different computers.
Unless they're on the same account, maybe.
$180. Oh, maybe.
So why don't they get both? They each have a chair.
Unless there's only room for one.
So what? One is going to stand and the other is going to sit?
She's such a shorty.
She is. I'd love to know how you do that, Nate. They got the what do you call it wrong? It was Pookie, not Pumpkin.
Which means she's going to buy the red chair because he likes it.
Yep.
I don't know.
I kind of know what went through her head too. She turned around and she's like, she wanted to say something, but she doesn't want to ruin the surprise.
What the heck?
Uh-oh.
Yeah, the chair fight between Andy and Lucy, right? Oh, right. We haven't seen Johnny in like
Johnny. Yeah. Forever. Ooh, man down.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's a
Johnny,
stud
you're
on the
in
right
number.
side there.
Oh, Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Charlotte Stewart.
Oh, thank goodness. He didn't bring Shad.
Yep. Hmm.
Mm. No, I'm curious.
She's had to live with stuff like this for so long, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Give them the this. That's what they're there for.
It's kind of neat. Hmm.
I'm really glad Bobby turned himself around.
Yeah. Didn't I tell you deleted? I said he's got one of the best arcs, and it pays off.
Mm-hmm.
Now give him his father's lightsaber.
Yes, give him his father's lightsaber. Hey, BJ, welcome. It's like they wouldn't take the coffee until they knew.
Well, it's like we're here for a purpose. Give us the purpose thing, and then we can relax.
They were on pins and needles about how she was going to respond.
She matches the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Tammy. Chief McLeod.
Yes.
Yeah.
Watch me.
It's right. Well, what am I going to kill the dead people?
She can contaminate them with the smoke smells and all that.
She didn't even want to be there.
Right.
And she matches the couch.
And seriously, what are the consequences? What are you going to do? Throw me out? I didn't want to be here in the first place. Dude, those gifts of yours. I don't know how you find them. And so quick.
It's literally what she's doing right now.
Yes. I feel like I'm in Spaceballs. What are we looking at? This is now.
Around the dinner table.
That's kind of a crazy suit.
She matches the couch.
Kinda. Oh, PJ, that's so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Pins and needles, needles and pins. A happy man is a man that grins. Bet you don't remember that line. I do. Pins and needles, needles and pins. A happy man is the man that grins. Is that the Joker?
I don't know.
I'm not happy.
Yeah.
I told you wouldn't be. I knew you wouldn't be. Oh, Ralph crammed it on the honeymoon. Okay. Well, thank you for
Albert
that
is
bit of
about to
trivia.
reach over and slap her in the head right now.
That's a little weird, isn't it?
Yeah, I could see that, Charlotte.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I wish they'd just get on with the last season of Stranger Things.
Yeah, that is taking a while.
Oh, that's still around?
Yeah.
Significant.
Yep.
Where'd she get the ring from?
It was inside the corpse.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Surprise!
Yeah, exactly.
Like Cracker Jack.
It's just like a Cracker Jack. Okay, here we go.
What a long, strange trip it has been, right?
Yeah.
It's about to get a little bit stranger.
Okay.
Whose foot are you? I mean, honestly, that's what I would have asked.
No. Don't talk to the foot, Jerry. No,
Jerry, what are you doing?
Jerry.
Don't cut off your foot.
What did he take?
Oh yeah, make sure you're subscribed to Deleted Scenes. He does. He'll be doing a review of that for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure. Also, I need to catch up on Stranger Things.
Yes,
Has he been there this whole time?
I think he has.
he's been wandering around in the woods, not that
Okay.
specific.
Okay. I'm just
because he's lost.
And talking to his foot.
The problem is his foot talks to him. The shrooms of Ghostwood, huh?
Yeah. I need you to remember who you are. Okay, you're not. Oh, okay.
Was he just hoisted by his own petard?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
I'll comment on that at the end of the episode. John, like I said, John asked me about that in Discord, and I think my answer was thoughtful, even if it's not accurate.
Pipper. Yeah, Mike Pipper. Yeah, he's turned. Jerry has turned into Pipper, Tim.
look.
Oh, if you got a lunchroom, why would you be eating anywhere else?
He wants to eat in the conference room. It's nicer in there.
Because he's a jerk.
Oh.
He thinks the world revolves around him.
Well, that's going to have to change, isn't it?
Notice how he's having 2 frozen meals at once.
He's a hungry man, I guess.
Ah, pun intended.
Yeah, Stranger Things got held out because of the pandemic, then writers and actors strikes, kids growing like a weed, so they had to go back and do reshoots.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you need to ask someone to get the door for you.
No, these guys are not going to get the door for you. Hawk, do not get the door. No, you do not
Hawk's
need to get the
too
door
nice
for
a
him.
guy. He had to.
It's also he wants him out of the room.
Yeah,
Before he
okay.
spills something
All
on the
right,
floor.
You do, my father. He's delicious.
The pause was them saying, "We really don't want to help. We don't like.
We don't even want you to be here."
It must stink in there. What was he eating?
Well, you wouldn't see it if it was hidden, you goof.
I know how to open that.
Yeah, sort of.
It would be real funny, like after they leave and you see Chad walking back into the room with his lunch.
Yeah, right.
And Lucy is allowed to eat at her desk.
Oh yeah, reception. If they don't have coverage, you better let them eat at their lunch at their desk.
No,
They,
but I
like-
think they would let her anyway, is my point.
Man, Curtis.
Yeah, they tied on that one.
Yeah, again, look across the way. You can see that's what's left of the sawmill. Not in the show, but as a filming location.
Let me repeatedly throw this on the ground and hear humming noises.
Throughout the original 2 seasons, they never showed you across the parking lot, so that you didn't know that the sawmill was literally across the road. Now it doesn't matter because it's almost entirely gone.
One-Eye Jacks.
Yeah.
Oh, John's been missing memes because he was over on the camera.
He's a Time Lord.
Yeah. Too bad he couldn't regenerate like a Time Lord.
Oh!
Yep. Those are the numbers from the number station.
2 Coopers. Because they're 2 Coopers, right?
Yep.
You mean they set that up all the way back? Wow.
Yep.
I do like how she dresses. I'll say that.
Yeah. Now, in fairness, I don't like to ruin the trick for people. There's no way of knowing if he actually had that planned or if he was just working with a happy accident.
Well, it's like Star Trek 2, 3, and 4. They weren't necessarily they didn't necessarily have a trilogy in mind. It just kind of worked out that way.
Just kind of worked out that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Pity a certain sequel trilogy couldn't work out that way too. But anyway, let's not talk about
I
it.
kind of wish we got to know Diane Evans back, in the early 90s. The Diane Evans that Dale knew.
Yeah.
Guys,
Let's just stand here awkwardly.
I know. And that's exactly what Tammy's thinking. She's like, this is awkward.
somebody tell a joke. 2 FBI agents walk into a bar. No. What?
He's like, what? I haven't had a cigarette in 20 years or whatever.
Yeah, he's already had too much.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Damn it, Stu! Pull yourself together.
Matthew Lillard just knows how to do this part.
So, Charlotte, you are in Washington State. So you had an opportunity to visit Snoqualmie and North Bend. I don't know if you have or not. I guess I'm kind of asking if you have.
I have to say, I think Matthew Lillard's one of our most underrated actors.
He really is good. Yeah.
Yeah. He's not used enough.
Let's face it, when you can go from playing Shaggy and doing it spot on perfect, and then turn around and play a one half of a murdering psychopathic team, Take a look back at deleted scenes list for this show, past shows. We did a whole episode just showing some of the pictures that Netter and I took when we visited the filming locations for Twin Peaks.
I do have a separate playlist for this show. It is public. Anyone can access it. Watch any episode at any time. And hello to Enigma Severus.
Hey, Enigma. Welcome.
They forced me to watch Scream 7.
Has there been a Scream 7? Oh, it's not out yet.
Sadly. Yeah. Or whichever one it was. I don't know. I quit after 4.
I don't think he's been in any others except 1.
He's actually in 2, but you have to kind of look for him.
Well, he correctly identified him, that's for sure.
Then I got cast in the name of the king. Why? I don't know.
I've not seen that.
Yeah.
Well, except for the head missing part.
You shut up. Oh.
The words you were looking for are, I want a lawyer. Wait, his lawyer's in jail. All right, never mind. Another lawyer.
In fairness, you got to admit that if he saw the things he says he saw, and I have no reason to believe he didn't, he's probably gone a little bit daffy.
I want to go scuba diving.
Oh.
Only if it's Alton Brown's free.
Good night, now.
In fairness, you guys were thinking it too. He just said it.
Yeah.
Don't give him grief for saying what you guys were thinking.
No,
Oh,
no, not at all.
please. It's called filters,
Meanwhile.
Troy.
Well, we know that Albert doesn't have any.
It probably has gotten worse since he's become older, maybe. Oh, look.
Back to the Great Northern. Back to I can't believe they haven't yet.
I know how she feels. We have a weird sound in our house. We've lived here 19 years, and I still can't figure out what.
But listen, I think that's something very specific.
Yeah, I realize this isn't Twin Peaks, La La Land, but still.
Mm-hmm.
Turn off
What
the lamp,
used to-
maybe it's electricity.
What used to drive me nuts at night was
Mhm.
the engine noise. It was like this constant running engine noise. Like an airplane flying over your house, but it's like stopped over your house all night long. But lately, I haven't heard it.
He mentioned monastery bell. Specifically, I think it's a Tibetan singing bowl.
Mm-hmm. Ben, you promised to be good. Let her down easy. See you to Johnny. We forgot about Johnny.
See, there's the payoff. Remember season 2 when he said, "I want to be a good man"?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of things from the original series that pay off here.
That's supposed to be mad music. Okay.
Oh, give it a chance. Once the vocals. I think this is something else entirely. They're going to get to a song that is really good.
What is she drinking there?
I'm gonna guess it's a beer that starts with an R.
Probably a local craft brewery.
It's R for Roadhouse. I because you kept saying 119.
It's not her.
Oh.
She's unpleasant.
Easy.
Meth head.
Maybe you need to wash.
And no beer in that can.
And that can's empty.
Yeah.
She's not fake drinking it very well.
Yeah.
Especially when she puts it down, you can hear the hollow can.
Or maybe she just finished it.
Burgess Meredith, Colin Farrell, what?
See, again, I feel like there's these characters all have a story and they're talking with in-jokes and stuff like that that we just don't have any info on, which is kind of an inversion of the way shows like this usually are, where the audience knows more than people in the show.
Oh, hello.
Yeah. So this is a violent yet flammable world, performed by Heather D'Angelo, Erica Foster, and Annie Hart. I believe that collectively they're known as Au revoir, Simone. I like the inside jokes and the backstory we don't have. It makes it more authentic towards the audience, being thrown into something we are only able to observe. En medias res, they call it, in the middle of the circumstances happening. Exactly right, Enigma. And it's the kind of thing that I talk about when I say there's so much implied story that you can, as you talk with other fans and stuff like that over 30 years, you're building up these stories in your mind about these people you don't even know, fictional characters. It also goes a long way towards what we talk about with so many franchise films and shows these days, where they feel like they always have to go back and do a prequel to fill you in on all the details of every little thing. And it's like, no, just leave it be. We know the broad strokes. Let us fill in the details. And there you go. And that is episode, well, part 9. They don't call them episodes. But I did want to, and I hope, John, you don't mind, I wanted to read what we discussed on Discord, because it was I just thought it was really, I was kind of proud of myself. I'll just be honest with you. So John said, I'm reviewing the episode for tonight, and there's something more up with Jerry's foot than him just being stoned. With an arm being a small person and a sycamore tree with a brain, is there lodge activity going on with him somehow? Is he jumping between timelines or something? This is my 3rd time through this, and I never noticed it before. Yeah, see, that's another thing. Like I say, these elements, you can watch the show over and over again. You have something else to focus on, a new thought. So this is what my response was. And I start out with a disclaimer. My answer here is just my personal analysis, theory, and speculation, and has no bearing on Lynch's and Frost's actual intent, as if I even knew what those were. This is only a guess. In many superstitions, certain body parts hold symbolic meaning. And an illness can be symptomatic of something in that superstition. For example, 2 weeks ago, Agent Cole told Tammy about the spiritual finger, and he indicated the ring finger of the left hand. It is believed that this finger is linked to the heart, and this is why that finger is the one that you put the wedding band on. Now, since the spiritual finger is on the left hand, that may relate to Mike and the arm. To remove the arm was Mike's attempt to separate himself from Bob, and maybe that distances himself from the lodge in some way, losing some of his spirituality and becoming more grounded in the real world. Yeah, and I put a question mark in parentheses because I'm not 100% certain about that. It's pure speculation. I said, by the way, near the end of this episode, we see a woman with a skin rash. Pretty sure that plays into this whole body part symbolism, but I'm not entirely sure how. Feet are related to the Last Judgment in tarot. The hanged man is hung by a foot. When the foot says it's not Jerry's foot, I think it's like saying, this isn't your last judgment. Jerry then elevates the foot as if he's being hung by it, like in The Hanged Man. I think that whatever he smoked or whatever drug he did, which people believe bestows higher consciousness, allows him to see the spirit world and know that a last judgment is coming, but it's not his last judgment, but someone close to him. And he will witness that judgment in an upcoming episode. That's just my take on the whole foot thing. But again, for all we know, it could be, just I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not saying that there's anything in this that's just weird for weirdness sake, because every time I start to think that, I come to realize that that's not the case, that there's actually a whole lot deeper stuff there that I'm overlooking by dismissing it that way. So I'm not going to do that anymore. It's not just weird for weirdness sake. There is a meaning. That is my current hypothesis on what I think it might mean. We'll see if that bears out. See if you guys happen to agree with me. Don't know. But like I said, hold off, because there is a judgment coming for another character who is close to Jerry, but not Jerry himself.
Judgment Day.
Mm-hmm.
August 29th.
Yeah, tell Sin that we indirectly mentioned her in tonight's episode.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, yeah, this wasn't the episode that I thought it was. We didn't get as much Dougie and Janie E as I thought. That might be next episode. The invite for the Discord. Sure. Let me give me a second, Charlotte. I've got so many tabs open right now. Over on my channel, because we're all simulcasting this. Over on my channel, I have the Discord. I've got some other groups that I've created completely unrelated to this. I got a bunch of other interests too. Where is my Discord link? I don't have it. I'll just pull it from Discord. Give me just a second.
Oh, I've got your Rumble link. I don't have your Discord link.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll get it for you. Talk amongst yourselves.
Talk.
So you were upset about the fate of Major Briggs, I guess, aren't you? Deleted scene.
Yes. However, I have a feeling we're going to see him again in some fashion.
You never know, right?
Wrong. We'll see. You never know on this show, because like I always said, I have a theory about what's happening, an idea of what the ending is going to be. And so far, everything is tracking.
There we go. So my concern is that you will be like so many were by the time we get to the end of this. You might be disappointed, but I think that you are a long-time fan of not just Twin Peaks, but of Lynch, enough to know that you should not be expecting resolution by the end of this.
Oh no, not a resolution. See,
the new girl said it too. She said, "You sound like David Lynch."
Yeah,
I said, even when you don't try to sound like him, you sound like him.
Yeah. I don't expect this to be a straight line. It never is with Lynch. But it has to end somewhere. And I think he has to get specific characters into a specific place at a specific time in order to have the ending that I think is going to happen.
Yeah.
And I know that's vague. That's because I don't have all of the pieces yet. I just have an idea.
I don't think anybody who even has a passing knowledge of the history behind the Twin Peaks and the show and all of that. I think pretty much everyone knows that David Lynch did not intend to resolve the story of the mystery of Laura Palmer.
No.
And he was pressured by the network to do so. And we mentioned this before, especially during the Fire Walk with Me watch party, that the opening scene is somebody smashing a television, which is, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to guess, or a philosopher or whatever to guess what his message is there. He did not like working with the television executives, so he's showing us how frustrated he is. But go ahead.
My interpretation of things at the time, and I've brought this up before, was that Cooper would eventually solve it. And maybe that was never David Lynch's intention to come out and say it, but in the end, Cooper was going to figure it out. But he was going to have to go on to this Odyssey first.
Yeah.
The thing is he in the series, he is at in the series as we're seeing it now, where we are in the series. That's the point I always thought he had to get to.
Yeah.
There was this whole other Odyssey that he had to go on before he figured out who killed Laura. He was always going to solve it.
Mm-hmm.
It was just going to be many years down the line. Now, I always thought that if the show had lasted at the time, say it went, or let's say, for example, just as an example, that it had gone 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
The network, they do whatever they want to do. They take it wherever they want to take it. But the Lynch and Frost decide, 5 years and out. And we're going to put some kind of bow on it, they're just going to do better with it than Lost did. Anyway, no? Okay. Anyway.
Let's face it. Lost was a pale imitation of the Lynchian storytelling.
Well, I don't know. I'm not as harsh as you on Lost. There was good stuff on Lost. Just kind of petered out at the end.
It was.
Sure did.
Yeah. But my point is that in the end, he was going to figure it out. But he had to take this journey first before he got to that point. And then in the end, he can walk off into the sunset with, go get Annie, take her to Tibet, whatever,
Right.
Because why not? Now, that's not what I'm saying is going to happen at the end of this series. Though I considered it. I think it's going to end in a very different place, and he's going to be with a very different person. But that's the fun of it for me, is the ride. And the reason why I'm sitting through all of these the reason why I'm sitting through all of these cameos, even though I don't think we need them all,
Right.
is that's part of the journey.
Right.
And that's also life. How many people do we run into in our lives who we maybe meet one time and then you never see that person again?
True.
That's the way I'm looking at the cameos right now. Maybe something's going to come out of those, and maybe they're not. Those two meth heads at the end of this episode, maybe we never see them again. But we know they're out there, and they're going on their own.
We know that they are residents of Twin Peaks that would stop into the Roadhouse, and you might see them at the, I don't know what grocery stores they have out there, Piggly Wiggly or whatever. I don't know, you know. But I am going to say, though, that I'll go with Cooper to Tibet instead of Annie. You know, this is the thing, though. You really do want your favorite characters to have happy endings, but some do, but most don't. And I think that Lynch is heading that direction with the realism here. I don't think I was off base when I said that Dale Cooper, the Dale Cooper we knew from seasons 1 and 2, was an idealized Boy Scout, right? He is the Reagan era idea of what an FBI agent would have been, right? You know, all full of, you know, love of country and so on and so forth.
Patriotism and
patriotism, right, exactly. And that was the early 90s. Now, at the time this show is taking place, that idealism is gone. And he is going through the motions like people kind of living on nostalgia. I think there's a lot of Lynch talking about, you know, in a meta way about nostalgia and you can't go home again and that sort of thing. So yeah, I think we'll get more of that as we go too. So, but yeah, Curtis says the devil's in the details. I think it's absolutely true.
They'll get their own
Well,
show, but they would now.
Right.
It's like, what's he doing in those details?
Right.
There's no business being there.
But yeah, so actually I think this was a little bit more of a straightforward episode than I thought it was. I think that even the oddest things, you know, when Shaggy's talking about you know, meeting the major and him floating up and whatnot and his head disappearing, with all the other stuff we know about the weirdness and the lodges and all that stuff, most of us are sitting here going, yeah, okay, that actually makes sense. You know, okay. But basically what we're getting at is what he from Garland's point of view, he was he said he was hibernating, right? So he spent 25 years in the lodge or wherever he was, not aging, which of course is meaningful when you find his body and you realize, you know, his body hasn't aged, you know, since the 90s. We also know he did a little bit of time traveling for him to have been able to see the future to the point that he knew what his son was going to be doing, that he was going to be, let's face it, they haven't said it point on, but you get the distinct impression that Garland knew he was going to become a sheriff's deputy, that he would be serving with Hawk and Sheriff Truman. Although, as Betty said, she didn't know it was that Sheriff Truman. She thought it was the other Sheriff Truman. But either way, and this is why I say this has to have been, because, and he talks to Bobby about the dream he had. That had to have been him seeing the future or whatever it was. I don't think that was, and it could kind of be a retroactive, retcon or whatever you want to call it. He had planted that seed and didn't know what he was going to do with it till he got to this story, but it doesn't matter. I believe that at the time he was sitting with Bobby in the Double R Diner and telling him, his vision for him, he'd already seen all of this, which could also mean he saw his death coming.
Oh,
That's another thing to think about too. Charlotte, I cannot appreciate you more. I love everybody coming here. We get so much great discussion. I get a lot of encouragement on these talks, but I just so much love having someone new here that's digging it all. I love when people get my crazy, I really do. That's why I love Netter. That's why 30 years on, she's, she had no interest in Twin Peaks when we first met, but she went with me to the Twin Peaks fests and
I went for the donuts.
You went for the donuts.
Charlotte, I did send you a DM on Twitter. Go check that out when you get a minute.
See, you're making friends already. There you go.
I make friends easy.
Yes, you do. You are very outgoing, and I appreciate that about you. But
it's all the hi sweeties.
It's an honor to be here and meet you all lovely friends. Yeah. So, I think most of y'all probably know this already, so I'm saying it more for Charlotte's benefit, but I don't know if you guys remember. The goal is to every week we're going to watch an episode. When we get to the end, I think we're going to take a week or so to digest, kind of review, go back over some things.
Can we digest some cherry pie?
Absolutely, but I can't push it through the mic, so you're going to actually have to pick up your own.
Pick up your own.
You know what I'll do? What I'll maybe do is in the MeWe group. I've been using. I set up in the MeWe group, and I have been very inconsistent about this. Setting up events for each one of our shows, all of our shows. This Last Call, Geeky Geezers, Thursday Things, all that stuff. But I've been kind of using the event section for Live from Sparkwood in 21 for dropping other Twin Peaks related things. And I think at some point I'm going to scan the recipe for cherry pie from the Access Guide and drop that in there for you guys. So remember when I said that Netter and I went to Tweed's, the Double R Diner and had cherry pie there, and that cherry pie was different than the cherry pie that David Lynch originally had when he went there. But we also had that cherry pie because the woman that made the pies back then made the pies for the festival. So we got to try both of them. But technically there is a third cherry pie, and that's the recipe that comes from the Access Guide. So, and I've had all three. So there you go. And coffee, don't forget the coffee. Yeah. We did a stream in between seasons where we did some fan films, and we showed the Japanese coffee commercials for, what was it, Arizona coffee or something like that?
I still got one upstairs.
Yeah, why don't you get it? Because I'll drink it. I'll share it. No, I think it was the name of a state, which I think is weird for a Japanese coffee, yeah, so after we get through watching each of the subsequent episodes, we will, take a week to digest.
Georgia coffee.
Georgia.
classic original quality coffee.
Yep.
And there's some Asian lettering on the front. I think it might be Korean.
No, it's Japanese.
Is that Japanese?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I assume it's kanji, but it's a Japanese brand.
It's good
so
stuff.
It kind of is. Yes, Georgia.
Yeah, it kind of tastes like cafe au lait, so coffee with milk.
But then we will go into the secret history of Twin Peaks and the final dossier. I am working on adding some visuals to the audio so that we can kind of go through those the way we're going through these episodes on Cosme. And from there, we will start looking at some of the material, some of the other David Lynch projects that I feel are directly or indirectly related to Twin Peaks, things like Mulholland Drive, Inland Empire, and so forth. Georgia coffee. Troy, I thought you loved Irish coffee. Well, it's not Friday. I'll Irish up my coffee on Friday. Anyway.
We do have some Baileys.
Yes. Any other questions for me or any other thoughts about the episode? Otherwise, I'm done.
I'm trying to think if there's anything we left out. It was Bobby had a big thing in this episode, right? There was a moment.
You know, like I said, I felt like this was the payoff for that his dad telling him his dream for him.
Yeah.
You know. And I want to say that I feel like this is a little bit of an ontological paradox. That Garland saw this future in a dream. Maybe it wasn't a literal dream. Maybe he literally did see the future, you know, through the lodges and whatnot. And came back and told his son about it. And the way he told his son about it was infectious. It made Bobby want to go down that path. Although David Lynch didn't actually originally write Dune, he just adapted it. He definitely used some of the inspiration of Dune, the whole idea of someone who is able to see possible futures and choose which path to go down. Right. I feel definitely plays in here, where Bobby was going down a certain path, but he chose another path inspired by the vision that his father gave him. Right? So, and the reason I call it an ontological paradox is how could he have seen that future if that future wasn't already going to happen, you know, and thereby change the manner in which the kid ends up growing up. But he does. He absolutely does. So, yeah, I think it becomes very clear that Twin Peaks is non-linear. And, you know, I'm just not so much of a spoiler, but more of a teaser. We are going to visit previous points in the Twin Peaks story by the time we get to the end. And what that means, I'm still wrestling with. I don't know what it means. We'll figure it out when we get there. But,
should be interesting.
Yeah, but you know, Charlotte, don't worry. Just because we're wrapping up this episode doesn't mean we're done. We'll be back. We'll be back every week. In fact, I may as well announce it now because it looks like it's definitely going to be happening. I've got a poll going over on my channel on the community tab. I am going to be starting a series like this, except instead of for Twin Peaks, it'll be for the British sci-fi series Blake 7. I've talked about it many times on my channel and on Geeky Geezers and whatnot.
I love Blake 7.
And I've asked people when would be a good time to do that. And I threw out the idea of doing it on Thursday, on Tuesdays after Live from Sparkwood 21. On Fridays, Friday, afternoon, early evening before last call, or sometimes Saturday afternoon. And right now, and I'm kind of leaning this way too, Tuesdays after this show is what it's starting to look like. So maybe in the next week or two, I might be asking Deleted Scenes if he'd be willing to forward people to my channel after this gets over with, and we'll set it together. And I still got to teach you how to do that, Boomer.
I know. We'll get it done.
Yeah. You can't. You're a boomer. We can't expect you to figure out to do this stuff at the last minute when you're about to go on stream. I get it.
Yes.
So that's
cool.
That's the show then.
Do you like Chad any more than you did before, Steven?
No.
I remember.
I am not a Chad fan.
I specifically remember this episode with Chad eating in the conference room, and just it was just a very awkward moment. He's like, "No, you got to eat in the lunchroom." Basically, Sheriff Truman just saying, "Look, you can't be in here. You can't be eating your lunch in here." Well, I know, but no one's. You can't be eating your lunch in here. You have donuts and coffee in here. So, it's
Are you eating donuts or coffee?
Act like an adult.
Exactly. Be responsible. Real quick, Charlotte says, she's responding to Nate, who said, "I want David Lynch to create some Twin Peaks spinoff." And Charlotte said, "I think he can still do it if he wanted to." Yes, his emphysema shouldn't stop him, but it may cause him to not want to. If he's not, here's the thing: does he want to continue doing more with Twin Peaks? If so, he'll probably find a way to do it. If not, this is probably enough of it. Here's another reason for me to not do it. Start the sleep process. Yeah, no problem, Enigma. Take care. Have a wonderful one. Tomorrowland to sleep. Okay. Yep. Take care.
All right. Yeah. Well, final thoughts from me on this episode. This was definitely what I refer to as a shoe leather episode. It's getting certain characters from one place to another, following a clue of some sort.
Yes.
As Bobby Hawk and the sheriff did, as the cops did, getting to Ike.
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those episodes. You're getting characters from one place to another, and along the way they learn something important. I call that a shoe leather episode.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those episodes that will seem like filler at first, but a week or two down the line you'll go, so that's what that was about. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. No, I see, like I was saying to Charlotte, the same thing I'm going to say to you. I said it to you before. I'm loving experiencing it as if it's new again, vicariously through you. That's really cool.
And watch me be totally wrong. But I don't think
it's hard to be certain if you are right or
Yes.
Chad is going down. Yes. I will do it.
I want to know what he was eating, though. It looked not that appetizing to me, but I don't know. It was
it kind of looked like one of those Salisbury steak in mashed potato dinners.
Yeah.
which can be good depending on where you get them from.
And he had some kind of soup with him too, didn't he? It was
It was probably fish, knowing him.
yeah, probably really bad smelling fish because they had to open up the window after. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Or if he passed gas.
Well, there's that possibility too.
Yeah.
I love Twin Peaks because how many theories to make of it every time. Yeah, we get something out of it every single time. Same with other David Lynch works. And like I said, we'll probably be looking at, I mean, we may start really branching out after Mulholland Drive and Inland Empire. I had suggested looking at Wild at Heart.
Oh yeah.
Even Eraserhead. I mean, they all have elements in them that I want to point to that show symbolic themes that play out over and over again through Lynch's work, which can help you focus on things you're seeing in Twin Peaks.
Mm-hmm.
Lost Highway, Blue Velvet.
I want to do Lost Highway. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and Blue Velvet. Yeah, why didn't I mention that earlier? That one just it's almost like a prequel to Twin Peaks in many ways. I mean, it's almost like Dale and Diane in another life, you know?
Yeah. Indeed.
I'll share something cool on Discord. Okay, awesome. Let me think. Oh, okay. Yeah, deleted. You were wrapping up your thoughts.
Oh yeah, like I said, this is what I call a shoe leather episode. Where it goes, I'm sure we'll find out in the coming weeks. Yeah. And Bobby's Jedi.
I guess so. Yeah.
He's not.
The Jedi.
Now it's a long road our young Mr. Briggs has taken, and I like where he's at now.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite things about season 3 is where Bobby is wound up. And but I'm worried about him. I'm worried about him now because, like I said, they're the OG characters.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are these new characters, and I do not trust any of the new characters.
Well,
none of them.
All bets are off. Yeah.
Well, and
anyone on the show. Yeah.
I do think that for as satisfying as the stories of like Bobby and as tragic as it is, even the Major Briggs's story and so forth. And some of the other characters, boy, I mean, even Lucy and Andy, seeing their story, as satisfying as those are, right? You end up getting a Chad, to kind of balance it out in a way. Or, help me out with her name. What's her name's daughter?
Rebecca.
Right, Rebecca.
And is that it, or was she just in that one episode, or will we be?
No. We also haven't seen Alicia Witt's coming back too.
Yeah,
well,
she's got a reprise.
She's an Al pal.
Yes,
that's
she
right.
is.
She is totally an Al pal.
She is an Al pal.
Al's going to be around going, she's my Al pal.
Yeah,
she is.
Yeah.
And she's also currently in the movie Long Legs, and she is creepy AF in that movie too. So, yeah, when her if you've seen it, yeah. I don't want to give anything away, but not.
Just remember, the real main character of Twin Peaks is Flappy. That's right.
Well, yes, and I think we should
Yes.
Feature Flappy a little bit more. Flappy is the man. All
Flappy
hail
the bird.
Flappy.
Flappy is the
Hashtag
bird.
justice for Flappy.
Justice for Flappy.
Justice
There'll
for
never be
Flappy.
justice. for Flappy.
Tragic story. So sorry, Flappy.
And Lynch is part of that injustice. I'm sorry, I don't mean to smirch the guy, but you know,
Well, I mean, based on what
Flappy had many appetites. Okay, he couldn't help it, and Lynch just didn't like his antics.
he couldn't help it.
Almost got him fired from the show, and then he gets it back.
But no, I think you're right about David Lynch's role in it because I think that Billy Ray Cyrus was said that the worst thing he ever did was get into Hollywood and get into that role in Mulholland Drive. It kind of messed up his family and whatnot. So
Well,
I think, but then again, it's interesting because Mulholland Drive was very much addressing exactly that.
It's not a pro Hollywood movie in the slightest.
No, it is not.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
All right. Well, let's see. And says, let me see, because there's a couple of chats that I want to address. The real main character is Flappy. We went past that. Trust everybody except Tammy. I trust Tammy. Thanks, Nate. And to which Charlotte replies, not Diane. I got to tell you, and I've brought this up on earlier episodes back when we were doing season 1. This show started when I was in high school. And, being in high school and being at that age and being that guy. And then here's a television show that puts, like Sherilyn Fenn and Machen Amick and, Laura Flynn Boyle and Joan Chen in front of me. And, I'm watching this and not just for the mystery, So yeah, I can understand that. Justice for Flappy, indeed. But we start that hashtag now, Justice for Flappy.
Yeah, he was done dirty.
He was. All right. One time around the horn. Boomer, what do you have coming up?
I'll be on Friday stream with Troy, Friday Night Last Call, and then Sunday I'll be on Geeky Geezers, my show, where we'll be discussing a new Sonic the Hedgehog movie that was announced that finally had the trailer release, among other things.
Nice. All right. Netter.
Well, let's see. Today is Tuesday, so next coming up for me will be Thursday. So over on Thursday, things my special guest will be the tired midnight blogger himself, Curtis Selby. And then let's see.
Is that true, Curtis Selby, or is that just a vicious rumor?
It's the truth, Curtis Selby. I may confirmed.
Okay.
And then over on Saturday for Retro Cinema, also on my channel, we'll be watching Drop Dead Fred.
Drop Dead Fred. Love me some Phoebe Cates.
Yes. Yeah, I always like Phoebe Cates.
Yep. So does Gibbs.
Yes.
Yes,
aside for that,
See, you knew what I was quoting.
Yeah.
of course, I'm also co-hosting on Friday Night Last Call on Friday, Monday night at the movies. Is that what it's called? Monday night at the movies?
Last Call's Monday night.
Last Call Monday night at the movies with that guy.
Yeah.
Because, we kind of live together. So,
Yeah, I'm trying. When I grow up, I want to be deleted scenes. So I'm trying to do more and more streams.
Let's see. And then, of course, back here again next Tuesday for another exciting episode of Twin Peaks.
Yep.
I think that's it.
Troy.
Yeah. So, like everyone said, I'll, the Thursday things on There's Network. Friday, yes, Age Boomer and Netter and myself. don't normally do this, but I'm going to get a little political, and I'm going to talk about the upcoming presidential election and the crazy stuff that's been going on. And these are unprecedented times. They really are. I think, my theory was that, the crazy conspiracy people that said that when they fired up CERN, and they ripped a hole in the universe and we're living in some Mandela world or something like that. It's seeming less and less crazy the more I think about it. So, I will drink. You guys can enjoy how goofy I get the more I drink, and I will find a way to make politics, if not fun, at least interesting.
Well, you always make politics interesting, honey.
Well, you got to live with me, so you've had to find a way for it to find it interesting. But again, that's not the usual topic of a Friday. But I just felt like it was time that I get some stuff off my chest,
Yeah.
So that's Friday. Saturday, the movie with Netter. Of course, the Sunday, the Geeky Geezers with that Geeky Geezer guy over there. Monday, as she mentioned, Monday night at the movies, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. We will be based on a conversation on another stream. I think that for Labor Day, the double feature will be Cliffhanger and The Last Action Hero, both from the same year, two very, very different action films. And didn't you say you wanted in on that deleted scenes?
Oh, sure, I'm down.
Okay, great.
I love those movies.
Then he'll be joining me too. So that'll be 8 Central, 9 Eastern on Monday over on my channel. Well, his channel too, and Netter's too, because we'll be simulcasting.
We'll be simulcasting like we are tonight.
Exactly.
Sure.
And that brings us back around to next Tuesday for episode or part 10, of
Yes.
Twin Peaks: The Return,
entitled "Laura is the One."
Mm.
So she's in the Matrix. I knew it. No.
And Charlotte,
No.
are you asking me if it's Heineken beer or Pabst Blue Ribbon? I'm not a beer drinker, really.
Although he will drink a Guinness, so if you want to bite him a
I'm getting
Guinness,
away from Guinness. Even I'm going for and I usually don't know what I'm going to be drinking until the Friday night. I tend to go for mixed drinks. Occasionally, if someone buys me a drink, I'll have a shot.
it's like you can buy him what?
Oh, everyone! She's asking everyone what kind of beer they drink.
Oh,
or what they like
for
to
me,
drink.
Sapporo or Tsingtao.
Tsingtao, yeah.
Or Sapporo.
It's the difference of whether you like Chinese or Japanese beers.
Lately, for me, Corona, but I don't really make a habit. I'm not really a drinker, so. But I've been downing my share of Coronas lately.
The last time I bought beer, besides the Japanese beer for Netter, was in 2019 or was it 2020?
Yeah.
We bought some
We
Corona,
bought a case of Corona.
just because, for crying out loud, the coronavirus, I'm getting some Corona beer.
And because people are being stupid about it, going, we're not going to buy Corona beer because it's got the virus.
I'm like, that's fine, I'll drink it.
It's like, it was so stupid. I mean, they lost a lot of sales because of that.
Just because of a naming convention. It's just,
yeah,
it was just
a name they had for years and years and years. This thing comes along. I'm
a winter Jack Daniels on the rocks kind of gal.
Oh, you'll fit right into Friday Night Last Call.
Oh, yeah. I'm not sure you want to wade in this. I don't know if you want your first experience of Last Call to be this Friday, but if you can put up with it, they get better. They will get better.
Yeah, Troy's shows are always interesting. I'll tell you that.
Indeed. And speaking of interesting shows,
yes,
I have a few coming up that
Yes,
I
you
think
do.
are interesting.
Well, alrighty then.
You say they're interesting. I think they're interesting. Really? I like to think so. Why don't you tell the people? Okay. Why are you talking to yourself on the air? Oh, hey, yes. Hi. Hello. Hi. Don't mind me. I only host this program. All right. All right. So Thursday at 4:30 Eastern, I will be joining Outlaw Bill for Action Theater. And we're going to be watching the classic James Bond film Goldfinger. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Sean Connery as 007. That'll be 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central. Later on that night, after Thursday things, will be my weekend update, which is my chance to touch base with my loyal subscribers and channel members and let everybody know what I'm going to be up to in the next week. But you're going to get a little sneak preview now because Sunday at 4 p.m., I will be joining Outlaw Bill once again for Western Cinema Presents, and we are going to be watching Silverado from 1985. And this is a bit of a special episode because the first time I ever joined a show, and then just a lowly panelist and not a co-host, Silverado was the first episode I was on. And we're coming back to redo that episode and watch the film again, do some new eyes. I'm not sure I've seen it since the last time, so it'll be fun catching up on with that program. Then of course, later on that night at 8 p.m. is my show, Unscripted, where, like Troy is going to be doing on Friday, I tend to get that's kind of the show where I get a chance to get my feelings on certain topics off my chest, and I try my best not to get too ranty. Sometimes I do, but I try not to get too ranty. I don't have a specific topic coming up. If I can't come up with anything, then hey, I'll just do a chat Q&A and hang out, you know. Of course, that's the precursor to Geeky Geezers, which is at 9. And then after Geeky Geezers, go and get yourself a nice beverage, a little midnight snack, and join me for The Other Side of Midnight, where my guests will tentatively scheduled, if they can make it, will be Outlaw Bill and Tim Hayes. And we're going to do a little physical media thing. Kind of hang out and show everybody what's on our shelves, which, as you can see behind me, is quite an extensive, and this is not all of it either. There's more. And whenever Netter has turned her camera on, you know, you can see she and Troy have quite a collection as well. So
we've got like 10 times the amount. We have over 1,000 movies.
Oh, I'm sure I have probably somewhere near that. I know I am somewhere in the 3-digit range for sure. That's one thing I need to do is kind of sit down and count everything between DVD and Blu-ray and whatnot, 4K. I still have some VHS left from back in the day. So yeah, there's plenty to go around. And Mystery Movie Night, which is a show that I do with Sin's Corner and Off the Cover. We're going to be doing that on a special night because no, wait, that's not this week. That's next week. All right, the Tuesday after next will be Mystery Movie Night. So I'll be talking about this again next week. Will be so that would be on the 10th. Will be Mystery Movie Night. And I forgot this Friday I am joined. You see, I am on so many shows. I'm starting to forget when they are. It's kind of sad, actually. I forgot this Friday at 8 p.m. over on Big Al Presents on his channel, Films with Friends. And we are going to be watching the Oscar-nominated martial arts classic Hero, starring Jet Li and Donnie Yen. So check this out there. You try, you usually fail. Yes. There shall be much failure. All right. Well, that's the show for this evening, folks. I'd like to thank everybody who joined us on Twitter. I can't see you, but I know that you're there. I'd like to say hello to everybody who joined us tonight in the chat, including our new friend, Charlotte Nightstar, the werewolf. Hopefully this will be the first of many times we see you in our chats.
And speaking of our new friend, I am going to drop her.
I already subbed.
No. Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely subscribe to her. But I am dropping right now her Twin Peaks blog.
Oh,
go check it out. Although deleted, maybe be careful. There will be spoilers. You know, you might want to hold off on that, like you're holding off on
yeah, I know. Yeah, you know, and I love Cameron's channel too, but you know, I stay away from it because he does go into some season 3 spoilers, and damn, that's why I'm wishing we can get through season 3 quickly, because I really would like to catch up. I'd really love to have him on the show at some point too, you know, and talk about his fan films. For sure, but definitely yes.
Yeah, I totally forgot about something that's going to be happening this week for me. Also on Thursday, there'll be 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain. So what? 6 p.m. What's the other one? Eastern. I will be on Maria with T and Telly's channel with Kamran Pasha, and we're going to be doing part 2 of Marilyn Monroe.
Wow.
So make sure you come to Maria with T and Telly's channel on Thursday, 5 p.m. Central.
Yes, Obnoxious and Anonymous, Cameron, yes. And check out the episode of Thursday Things where Netter interviews Cameron.
Yes.
Very good show. One of my favorite episodes. Yeah.
He's not really obnoxious. He's really, really nice.
I know. It's one of those ironically named channels, you know.
All right. So any last words before we close it out?
I just want to give you a little heads up. I've been reading Goldfinger, and I've learned that Odd Job, Goldfinger's henchman, his favorite food is cats. He eats cats.
Oh my gosh!
Yes, that's how evil these people are, and these Bond villains are.
Oddly, not in the film.
No, maybe it's a cut scene that they decided not to put in. Okay.
All right. Troy?
I just want to thank everybody. You know, I like you were saying, I'm just fired up that we got someone new that gets our crazy. Welcome, Charlotte. So glad you're here. Great name too. You know, I was mentioning Charlotte Stewart, who played Betty Briggs. Netter and I, you know, met her a number of times, and she's just so wonderful. What a great namesake. So yeah. So thank you for joining us. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thank you, of course, to PJ from Orville Nation for the $5 contribution. You are, you know, I call you my business manager, but you know, you keep sending me money too. So you know, like, I don't
Is
know
that your allowance?
It's like my allowance. Yeah, exactly. So thank you so much. And you know, Stephen, thanks for letting me twist your arm to put this weekly stream together. I'm loving it so much.
I hate you. You shanghaied me into this.
I
You
am a
forced me to
bastard.
host.
I'm a bastard.
Hey, weren't you the one who got us watching Outer Rim?
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
bastard. You got us watching a series that went nowhere. Damn it.
Well, I didn't know it wasn't going to go nowhere. So blame Amazon, not me. All right. So I did want to say hello to everybody in the chat one last time. Of course,
What? I don't get to say nothing?
No.
I'm getting to it. All right. If you want to do it now, Netter, go ahead.
Oh, no, well, before that, I was just going to say that banking on or going off of what Troy was saying about, the donations like from PJ and all that, every time you guys donate to us, and I'm sure that anytime you donate to even Delete or anybody else that's monetized, I know that money goes right back into our channels so we can make things even better for you.
Right.
So for like me and Troy, we got some pretty crappy equipment. So we're using the funds that we're getting from the super chat, super stickers and all that. Even when you buy us a drink, some that goes towards buying better equipment for us. So we got a mixer. We have to learn how to use it. So we're not sharing a mic anymore. Right. We're just looking to get, like better sound and all of that for you, because really our channels are for you. They're for your enjoyment. And if you're not having a good time here because we got crappy sound or whatever, well, you're not going to join. You're not going to come back. So True. I just wanted to mention that. And also to make sure that you're not only sub to every member of the panel, but every member of the chat as well. And if you think that you're sub, go back and double check, because YouTube.
Yeah.
Now you could say whatever it was you wanted to say, deleted.
Wow.
Hey, she's fine. Be that way. All right. I do want to say hello to everybody who's in the chat once again, including Curtis, Nate, Charlotte, of course, Connie, Lady Miss, JPRPH1. Let's see. Who am I forgetting? I know I'm forgetting somebody. Big Al Presents was here earlier. Probably asleep by now.
Maybe he'll catch up on a rerun or something.
Right. And scrolling, keeping buggies rolling, right. All right. FKHC 2005, sometimes known as Tim. And that's everyone I see in the chat. If I forgot anyone, I apologize. All right. Ned, or would you like to go out with your closer?
Sure, I will do that for you. Well, y'all know what I always say. And I want to stress that I don't say this just to say this. When I say this, I mean it. I mean, I realize it's pretty much the same outro every time, but I'm not just saying it by rote just to say it. I mean what I say. We can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well, good and fun. But it is so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys, and we appreciate you so very much. And like Curtis says, you're Osmo. You could be anywhere right now, and you're here. That's so encouraging. I love seeing you guys in each of our streams and each of the chats. And every time I see you guys come in, I have to smile because here's my family, So even when I'm having a bad day, I start seeing you guys coming into our different streams, and it makes me smile, makes my bad day go away. So thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of our family. And until next time, which will be Thursday over on my channel for Thursday Things, good night and God bless.
All right. And once again, thank you all very much for joining us. Thank you to my fellow hosts. And once again, remember to keep a good thought for our fallen brother warrior. Bird of Prey 5. This show was dedicated to him. And as I always say in closing, from HQ and all points north, south, east, west, and beyond, good night, take care, stay strong, be safe, don't be a Chad,
Yeah.
because this is how we win.
Future. Wow. This is past.
Hallo, hier ist Cluu Channel.
Ha 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 ha!